Slovenia looked like the better team in the first half, Ian, and the U.S. looked like the more aggressive attacking option team in the second half. They came out, they had nothing to lose, they went after it. But again, some of the discussions are going to be about the referee in this match. The disallowed goal from Maurice Edu and some of the calls throughout have been very skeptical.
Yeah, I don't think the referee was good enough, frankly. That's an honest assessment from me. I think Edu can count himself very unlucky that his winner, in inverted commas, did not count. But I think the USA, when they reflect on it, will have to be happy with that point, because they looked in serious trouble at half-time. Great game here, memorable. We hope you've enjoyed it. Very dramatic. Slovenia 2, USA 2, as we hand you back to Mike.
Thank you, gentlemen. So Coleman Koulibaly, the referee from Mali, just like in the game earlier with Alberto Undiano of Spain, very much in the center of the story and what happened. But the U.S. has gone from dejection to exhilaration to a little bit of frustration here. But the bottom line is this: it's the 21st time that a team has been down 2-0 and has come back to get a point, whether draw or win, in World Cup history, and it keeps the USA alive. Very important is what happens in the game coming up at 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, with England and Algeria in this group. Before the top of the hour, we'll show you the group standings so you can get perspective on where it all sits. But the U.S. with a huge comeback, starting with that man, Landon Donovan, who had such a big shot and really turned things around. Let's send you right back to Ellis Park now to Bob Lee and Alexi Lawless. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Mike Tirico. So hopes flickering but still alive in the cold winds of late autumn in the southern hemisphere. We are back at historic Ellis Park. So Coleman Koulibaly of Mali was the referee in this match. And we don't want to dwell on the referee, but he refereed. He was the official at the final of the African Cup of Nations, the great continental championship this year in Africa. You saw, of course, what could have been the go-ahead goal for the USA disallowed.
Yeah, we don't want to dwell on it, but he was a disgrace. It was ridiculous. I mean, it should have been a goal, but it's not just that. I think he was making bad calls all night. It's not the reason that the U.S. didn't get 3 points, but come on, you gotta be better than that. Having said that, second half the U.S. came out and did what they needed to do. There was leadership, there was urgency. The big guys stepped up. Landon Donovan right from the start, getting wide, taking people on, and then obviously getting the goal. Josie Altidore. Thank you, Josie. Thank you for posting up and getting that ball and being big and causing problems. Finally. Awesome. Awesome.
Why does this team need to get punched in the nose, and this occasion twice, to wake up?
I don't know, but you know, it's going to run out eventually. They cannot start games like this, and they certainly can't play a half the way they played in the first half. You know, got to question the selections, got to question the way that the team played, the way that they came out. Second half, you know, it is 90 minutes, and it is 2 halves, and they went back in, they got themselves together, they made the changes that they needed to. The big guys stepped up in the second half. That's the way the U.S. needs to play. I know it's difficult to play that way for a full 90 minutes. Sometimes you need that shot to do it, but come on.
Living on borrowed time. It's been the cup history for this team, playing from behind, playing as the favorite, giving up the early goal once again. USA is going to need some help from the cousins eventually, the English, to get out of this group.
Yep. I mean, you know, that
Slovenia match is going to be critical, the last match of the group.
Without a doubt. And it is 3 matches, and we talked about it. Take this point, get out of here, recognize where the problems were. Don't let it happen again. Congratulations to Michael Bradley, too, coming late. Great timing, and obviously getting that goal. That was a wonderful moment for him.
It really was. Electric atmosphere here at the park on a chilly evening. And a big point, a critical point. Hopes are alive, but the USA may need some help, Mike.
Okay, Bob, and I want to send it right back to Ellis Park. Roberto Martinez has been watching with us, and we'll have Roberto's thoughts in a little bit on what Bob Bradley did in the second half. But here is the coach of Team USA standing by with Jeremy Schaap.
Bob, a lot can still happen with 3 games remaining in this group. How would you describe your state of mind right now?
Mixed. A lot of emotion went into the second half. Keeps us going to the last match. Still don't know why the goal was disallowed, so ups and downs.
What are your players saying to you about the goal that was disallowed?
They're just wondering what the call was. Nobody knows at this moment.
Your son Michael was upset at the officials, screaming at them after the game. How would you assess the performance of the officials today?
It's hard to say right after a match. It's important also to understand that players put a lot of emotion into the game, and now they want a fair outcome, and that's what the game's all about.
What went wrong in the first half?
you know, an early play where Bursa slipped in the gap, hit a great shot, and then obviously we were already pushing for a goal, and they caught us on a well-timed counter.
What was it like watching Landon and Michael score those goals in the second half?
Well, this team still understands how to fight for 90 minutes. That's something that we've seen time and time again. Thanks.
Jeremy, thank you. Much more to come. SportsCenter at the top of the hour. U.S. Open Golf live on ESPN at 1 Eastern. And a huge game for America against England and Algeria, 2 Eastern on ESPN2. We'll return to Johannesburg as we continue at the 2010 World Cup.
The 2010 FIFA World Cup is brought to you by Bing, where you can explore all the decisive moments from soccer's biggest stage.